Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Graphic Elements. I know I kind of dropped out this episode since the start of the summer, but I'm back now here to bring you guys more episode about it. So in this episode, I'll be telling you guys some compositional, techniques that you could use and all those different kind of stuff that you could use to compose a good graphic picture or just composing an image. I mean, this is really useful for any other means when you're doing art. You could use this for photography. You could use this for painting. You could use this for drawing. You could use this for collages. You could use this for even just copying and pasting stuff onto poster and stuff. And you can also use this for graphics, of course. So let us get started. So I'm gonna create a new document here. It's gonna be called, let's call it tutorial. And the reason my my dimension was so small because I was making what's that? I was making emojis for my chat. So yeah. So now here we have a document. Now the first episode we talked about fonts. Of course, we're gonna use fonts again. So let's just type in Anna. Let's wait. I'll just make sure I typed it right. So make it black. There we go. Shorten 100. It's fine. All right. Let's just do next. So let's just there. All right. So do that, and there we go. Now, supposedly this is the title. Actually, I'll show you a couple of examples about what I meant. So there's two different type of composition. There's the diagonal composition, which what that means is okay. So according to science, I don't know if it's true or not. According to science, people are naturally drawn to images for a couple of reasons. One, to be diagonal, diagonal compositioning techniques, which is what I'm gonna show you right now. You guys probably already saw this on my Twitter, so I'm just gonna show you guys. So if you guys look at this, this is an image of my current Twitter header. Now the reason being about how is it diagonal is because the composition, I put my text here and another text at the bottom, so it creates a little diagonal line here. I mean, it's not that it's really hard to spot out if you are if you didn't know about it. But if you know these stuff and you kind of you watch it, that's the first thing you will look if you are studying art. Then that's pretty much what I'm doing right now at school. So there's a lot others that you can take a look at, which is something like I was taking that, like this, the little diagonal thingy that it does. Okay, so there's that. I don't remember any others that I have done with diagonal stuff, so yeah, I really have no idea. So anyways, that's the diagonal rules, and there's another rules called the rule of thirds. Now what that means is that if you click on the cropping tool and press enter, it's going to show you all these lines. Now these scripts are not there just because for fun. They're actually dividing up the image into 1/3 in both horizontal and vertical way. So basically what it means is that if people's eyes are more drawn to images or pictures that the main subject matters are placed, or your main object that are placed in the 1/3 of the image. So it could be the vertical horizontal 1/3, or the vertical 1/3, doesn't really matter. Well, now these 4 points are the best point for you to put your main object. You can line up with these with the liner like this. It's pretty easy. You can even hold on, do that. Yeah, that's pretty much. You can even draw a line view. You could just do that. You could do that, and it will help you with your design and stuff. So let me just press enter there. Let me see if I can find anything though with the rule of thirds. I actually don't know graphic design. I really don't know what I did. So the rule of thirds, that's not the rule. See, another case of a diagonal compositioning. And let me see if I can find anything. I actually don't know. I have no idea what I did for the past few months. Alright, whatever. But you guys get the point. So rules. Actually, I'll use my revamp. I will just show you guys how if you incorporate this, it actually will look pretty dank. So I'll use this thing again. It's the Twitter header. Now notice the main text and all the information I want to tell you guys. I use the okay, I'll explain this image for now. So I use the fonts just like how I taught you guys last fucking episode. I use the color, bold text, text size, and font size, and the spacing in between. So this one is apparently really small. It's smaller since this is like the main subject. I also use this as a diagonal composition with my logo and stuff. Now another thing with this is if you look at the background, I actually use the one of the CSGO wallpaper or cinematics, whatever you guys want to call it. But actually, I placed my man right at the third line of the. I lined it up at the the second line of the grid. Now with the skyline, it also works the same. You could also do that, like for example, this pole is almost landing on the third of the 1/3 of the vertical line. So yeah, that's the horizontal line. I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much what it means with the rule of thirds. Now there's also one other that you guys are probably confused about, because I just talked about how if you place something in the center, then it's gonna be less attractive. But no, there is actually another compositional function, technique. It's called it's called symmetry. So if you guys take a look at the let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one. For this one, I use the symmetry rules for the main purpose, because I put the things that are right in the middle. Now the things with this you have to be careful of is if it's like the two side has to be a significant difference, or a significant or it has to be significant different, or have to be exactly the same to be able to create that effects. So for example, or not for example, I'm just gonna explain. Okay, so imagine this part is exactly the same as this part, then people will tend to drawn to the image and say that it's like it's a symmetry. Now if you take a look at this, I'm gonna pull this in. I'm gonna rasterize it. What I meant by one side to be extremely different from the other side is this. So what if I select this part and I command U to turn down all the saturations and Control D, take out all of this, you guys will see the significant difference, and that's the rule of symmetry right there, basically. Now also there's another thing that I will show you guys. Actually, this one just came out. It's called the branding pack. For this one, Gamers Create. See, I took the color difference. The logos for Gamers Create is green. For the logo for our team is blue. So I did this little symmetry of color to differentiate the difference. That's one of it, and this one, just like any other one. Yeah. So yeah. That's basically my tips for you guys on compositionally. That's the three compositional method that I use the most. Others I don't think is as important as these three. Once you master these three, you can really help yourself, do some pretty cool artworks. For example, this. Yeah, I might just be using this as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and peace.